What's up, guys? We're back. We got a special episode. We're excited. We got special guest Caden Davis here with us.
Collegiate player,
Yes.
Caden Davis.
Collegiate basketball.
And baseball.
And baseball.
Yeah.
And dual sport.
Crazy.
It's great to be here. Just D3, though.
Come on now.
But we're going to ask some questions. We'll get right into it. We're going to give him a little interview.
What sport do you like better, baseball or basketball?
Like right now?
Yeah.
I don't know. Right now, if I had to go out and play a sport, I would probably play basketball. Just because I still hoop all the time, like, just in general. But, I don't know, growing up, I've always liked basketball more. But then, like, my last couple years of high school ball, baseball was, like, my go-to. Like, junior, senior year, baseball was, like, the best sports I've ever had. Like, the most fun sports I've ever had. But basketball was, like, I don't know. It's always been equal. It's just been pretty much whatever season I'm in. It's been, like, my favorite sport at the time.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So did your dad play any sports when you were younger? Or?
Yeah, my dad played college, or he didn't play in college, but he went to fire college.
Oh, okay.
So he's a fireman. Otherwise, he was probably going to play basketball in college. But
Okay.
He played basketball all the way throughout high school. He played baseball through his junior year of high school, and then had to get shoulder surgery, so he stopped.
Oh, shoot.
But yeah, he introduced me to all the sports, and that's kind of how I started playing there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was like, when you were younger, you guys were out in the backyard shooting hoops, teaching you how to dribble, stuff like that?
Yeah, we have like a hoop in front of our yard, and he would play me every day and just smoke me when I was like, he had no like mercy. And then when I finally beat him when I was like a sophomore in high school, he was so mad and he would play me again. I'd beat him again, and he was just it got to the point where he was fouling like the shit out of me. And it was like fun like that.
I mean, honestly, that's like, I feel like what drives a lot of competitive fires, like just like your elders or like your other older family members, like not letting you win. You know, we live in like the participation trophy era.
Yeah,
like,
I'm the most like competitive person. Like,
yeah,
I'm the most competitive person that you'll ever meet, and I'll fight anyone on that because I'm not going to lose an argument either. But
Yeah, we know.
no, but no, I didn't have an older sibling. Like, I'm the oldest sibling. I have a younger brother, so I was like kind of like that towards my brother. But my dad was kind of like my older brother.
Mm-hmm.
I had a cousin who walked on at Gonzaga for baseball.
Oh, hell yeah.
Which is a top 25 program too.
Yeah.
For D1, and he walked on there. He was like the Washington Baseball State Player of the Year, and I would always just play wiffle ball one-on-one against him, and he would just like cream me because he was so good. Like he was really good, but then he finally like would let it get close. I would never beat him, but he would always let it get close, and he was kind of like the older brother in a sense. But yeah.
Okay. I never got to play collegiate sports, obviously. You guys know I'm pretty athletic, but how is that like recruiting process? Like, that really interests me, you know?
I mean, mine was abnormal because COVID. So, like, my junior year of high school is when the peak of COVID was. And that's, like, when you're supposed to be getting recruited is, like, junior year of high school. Like, that's your main time. Because you're not allowed to until your junior year. And then it happens in your senior year. It's, like, sometimes can be a little bit late. So, I honestly didn't think I would fully play college basketball. Like, I don't know. I had a story, like, I'll get into what you asked. But, like, when I was, I don't know, like, 8 years old, I was over at Linfield College just watching a baseball game, which is D3 school. And I was watching a baseball game, and I'm like, Mom, you think I could play here? And she's like, yeah, you could definitely play here if you tried. So that's like the first thing that went to my mind. And I didn't think about it for like probably 8 years because I was like, my sophomore year of high school, I was JV for basketball. Wasn't varsity. So I was like, I probably won't play college basketball because I was like, I just don't know if I'm good enough. Because at the time I was like a JV bench guy. And then my coach, like the varsity head coach, I was TAing for his class. He was an English teacher at my high school and a health teacher at my high school. And I was TAing with him, and I went and ran an errand. He's like, do you want to play college basketball? I'm like, why? I mean, I just don't know if I can. He's like, no, like, I will make sure that you're able to do it, and I will, like, tell you, like, everything you need to know. Like, work out with me at 6 a.m. every day. It wasn't just him. Like, he would bring, like, some varsity guys to practice. So it wasn't just me and him. It was, like, 6 of us in that, like, 6:30 a.m. every day. And we would kind of train, like, just doing that. And he played at Pacific, which is where I played. And he was definitely, like, my mentor. And he was the first person that implemented that in my mind, that I could play college basketball, because I thought that was never an option. Yeah. I'm not even 6 feet tall and can't jump 40 inches in the air. Like, all I can do is shoot the ball like 40 feet out, and that's about it. But no, I just saw. That's kind of the first thing that set in my mind. I was like, okay, yeah, bet. Like I want the help. Tell me what to do. And so we would train every day. But then he had me go through all my film my junior season, which was the first year I was varsity. So I went from bench JV my sophomore year to starting varsity my junior year.
Damn.
And just from all the trainings, like I got more in shape, like, everything like that.
Right.
But he had me make like a highlight video, which is combined of everything, like all the best moments, which is I had to include defense, I had to include assists, and then obviously my shot, which is the most flashy thing that I have.
Yeah.
But I created the highlight video. I sent it out. He sent it out to some coaches. I sent it out to a few coaches, just like Northwest Conference, which is D3. I sent it out to a couple NAIA schools that I got interest in. And I sent it out to a bunch of schools and just waited for their reply. And then they emailed me. They wanted to see full game film because it was COVID, so they couldn't watch me because there was no fans.
Oh, shit.
So they wanted to see full game film. I gave that to them. And then my senior year of high school, we were allowed to have a few fans. And the coach at Pacific, Justin Lunt is his name, and he's like, we were playing at Forest Grove High School, which is in our division. It's our league, one of our league rivals. And we were playing there, and then he's like, hey, I'm going to come watch your game because Forest Grove is where Pacific is. And I'm like, okay, sure. So I got him a ticket. He got in the game, and I hit 8 threes. The dude went in the other team went in his zone. So I had like, I don't know, I think it was like 29 points, but I hit like 8 threes. He offered me the next day. So
That's what you got to do.
It was pretty lucky. I was lucky that the team put in his zone because it's really easy to shoot against as a zone. But that's kind of how the recruiting process was there. And then I talked to Pacific Lutheran's coach, which is up in Tacoma, Washington, and they finished number 1 like 2 years in a row in the conference.
Okay.
And I visited there with my family. My family and I drove up. My mom went to Pacific Lutheran up there.
Shit.
And so that was also on my list. Like, those were the two I was going between. I also talked to Linfield, and I talked a little bit to, like, George Fox and Multnomah University, which are, one is NAI and the rest are D3.
Yeah.
And Pacific Lutheran were, like, the two I was going between, like, because my mom went to PLU, and Pacific, I just loved the coach, and my coach played there, too.
Yeah.
So it was, like, I really liked it. But PLU, I visited. I was actually, like, kind of leaning there at the time. Like, I was leaning going there, because that's where my mom went, and they were really, like, they were good. Like, they finished first the last couple of years. But I went up there and toured, and the coach was like, yeah, we really like you. We got a bunch of people that are trying to play here, so we're not going to offer you right now, but we'll take a break, and we'll see where you go. I'm like, okay, that works. So he saw my highlight tape. He saw my film. He didn't see me play in person. He just saw my full game film of a couple games that I sent to him. And he's like, actually, you know what? Like, after thinking about it more, like, my coach staff and I talked about it, and we're like, yeah, we want to offer you. Like fully, we're all in. Like, we need a shooter like you. I'm like, okay, bet, thank you, I appreciate it. I'm going to think on it. So I waited a couple weeks. I thought back and forth. And honestly, I was leaning probably PLU at the time, but I hadn't had my formal visit at Pacific yet either. So PLU was my first one. And I went and visited Pacific, and there were some seniors on the team that stood out to me right away with their leadership, stuff like that. And so then after that visit, it got back to 50-50. And then the head coach at Pacific is like, I heard you're a really good baseball player. I'm like, yeah, I'm actually, like, I was better at baseball in high school than basketball. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I am. But I didn't really send out that many tapes for baseball at all. Like, Linfield wanted me to play there. Yeah. And just, like, because I had teammates that played at Linfield, and they're like, this dude's awesome, look into him. So then I got kind of scouted by them, and they wanted me to play there. I was like, okay, thank you, I appreciate that, but I didn't think I was going to play college baseball, because I'm like, 2 sports, it's a lot.
Right.
But then and I liked basketball more. So I was like, okay, like, that, what am I going to work on? Like, because basketball, you're able to do a bunch of different stuff, work on it there. But anyway, my coach is like, I heard you're a pretty good baseball player. I'm like, yeah, I am. I was actually better at baseball in high school, but I just like basketball more and more, willing to work hard at basketball. And he's like, okay, well, I'm very close friends with the Pacific baseball coach. I could get you in contact with him if you want to try both. And I'm like, okay. So I called the coach once. I sent him, like, my stats in high school. I sent him a couple film. I sent him, like, how hard I threw, my batting average, stuff like that. Because I was a third baseman, but I also pitched. I went to Pacific as a two-way player. and the coach, I called him one time, and he offered me after like a 10-minute conversation. He hadn't seen me play.
That's wild, dude.
He hadn't seen me play in person or anything. My pitching coach in high school used to play at Pacific, but he didn't, like, my pitching coach in high school didn't really talk to anyone at all.
Right.
I just gave, like, my head baseball coach, my club baseball coach, my stats, and, like, their emails, everything like that. That's all I did, was just kind of email and talk to him on the phone. I never met him in person. He never went to my game. Wow. Didn't see my game film, because COVID just messed everything up.
Right.
And also, like, they also have a limited amount of spots. This is why I was surprised that they came to me, because they have a limited amount of spots, because 5th year, 6th year, hell, fucking 7th year seniors are there. Like, when I was at Pacific, the shooting guard was 24 years old.
Oh my God.
Or he was 23, about to turn 24, and then the third baseman was either 22 or 23. And and then it's crazy because third baseman's still there right now too. Yeah, like, they're good. Like, Pacific was nationally ranked in baseball.
Yeah.
Like, very great coach, Brian Billings. Like, they've been good for a while. They've made the national tourney 3 years in a row now. They just made it this year.
Oh, damn.
When I was there, we were ranked, I don't know, like 17th in the country. The year before that, they were ranked 7th. Like, it was pretty, like, we've been pretty highly ranked across the nation. But, yeah, I don't know, I was surprised because it was kind of easy for me to get offers because I didn't really, at the same time, it was only easy because of COVID.
Really?
It was hard and easy.
Yeah.
It's, like, weird because, like, it was harder for... Oh.
You can.
Okay. It was harder for most people because COVID is like, I didn't get to go in person, stuff like that. And it was harder for me in that aspect, too, because, like, they couldn't come watch me.
Right.
But it was easier because all the recruiting that I ever did was just on the phone.
Right.
Like, I sent it there.
Emails.
Like, I could do it at my time. I wouldn't have to go schedule a bunch of visits, stuff like that.
Interesting.
And I honestly didn't think I was going to play in college until, like, right before college. And I was like, okay, well, COVID, I wasn't ready to be done because I didn't get a junior season for baseball. I didn't get senior season. I got partial senior season for both sports. I'm like, I'm not ready to be done right now.
Right. Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna try to play.
Go for it. Yeah.
I'll go for it, and I played, and I'm glad I did. Like, I never regretted at all. But yeah, that's kind of that's the recruiting process there.
Yeah, that's super interesting because I feel like a lot of, like, collegiate coaches, like, make you pick between a sport, you know, because they kind of.
No, that's what I'm saying, and a lot of them do. And at PLU, I would only play basketball. Even though their baseball program was good, I rarely talked to the coach, and the basketball coach was more like, we need you all in on basketball. And I mean, that's totally understandable. That's what I would have thought it would be. Right? I was just surprised that Pacific's coach lady told me, he's like, hey, I'm really close friends with the baseball coach. Do you want me to get you in contact with him?
That's
and
sick.
So I did. And that's why I love, like, the dude, he's very, like, hardcore, like, serious emotion. Like, he's a very energetic dude. But, like, off the field, he's such a down-to-earth guy. And you, like, I don't know, there's two different people, but, like, that's how you got to coach sometimes in college. Like, you got to be just...
Yeah, it's legit.
It is legit. But I don't know, I was kind of surprised too. But
one thing I heard you mention when you were talking about your time in high school, you mentioned that one coach that kind of took you under his wing and spent some extra time with you practicing and stuff. You know, when I was younger, I have the same name as my dad, so I kind of was forced in a way to kind of follow his footsteps, you know, having the same name and all. And obviously my dad has been very successful in sports and in life. And I look up to my dad. So I was just curious, do you feel like that high school coach that you had was someone you looked up to a lot? And was that a big piece and a big mentor in your life so far?
Oh, 100%. Outside of my dad, he's the next highest mentor in my life. My dad and him are two by far just like they've had the most impact on me in my life, especially in the sports field, obviously. But my coach he's like my high school coach. His name's Raheem Tufts. He was a great father, great kid. Or he has a great kid, but he's a great father, great family man. Yeah. He's like 40. Like, he's pretty young.
Okay.
But yeah, he played at Pacific. He mentored me. He told me exactly what it took to get there. And I still talk to him all the time. Like, he texts me, like, hey, what's up? Like, I miss coaching you, stuff like that. And it just means the world because I'm like, I'll text him out of the blue. I'm like, hey, coach, how's it going?
Yeah.
And when I go back, I help with the team. Like, every now and then I'll go to a practice. I'll go in and I'll teach him a couple drills, or I'll go, like, have a shooting contest with him. I don't know. Like, it's funny. But
So it seems like you guys still have a good relationship.
We have a great relationship, and the main thing that, like, this shows who he is as not only as a coach, but as a person, but his main goal is not, like, state title, stuff like that. Like, obviously, he wants to win a state title.
Of course.
Like, he's very competitive. But his main goal for each player is he wants to be invited to their weddings. So it's, like, it's pretty cool because he wants to connect with you. Yeah. And, like, I mean, he's going to be at my wedding. Like, I'm positive because he's, like, the second biggest mentor to me in my life. But it's just, I don't know. Yeah, it is. It's fantastic. And that's, like, I want to be a coach. Like, when I'm older, like, this summer, I'm going to coach baseball. Like, for a travel team. And, like, that's stuff I want to implement as a coach. Like, I want to create, like, a relationship with the players. And he's, like, and my high school baseball coach, same thing. Phenomenal. Like, that's who I'm coaching with, too. It's, like, my high school baseball coach. And I'll text him every day about, like, hey, how's the team doing? And he'll send me long articles of, like, how to be a better coach, like, stuff like that. Like, he's mentoring me now in the game of baseball, like, how to coach baseball. He's mentoring me there. My high school basketball coach mentored me, like, as a person. So it's like I kind of got both ways.
Yeah, no, seriously, that was a great duo of people to be mentored by.
I couldn't have gotten two better coaches.
That's sick.
Yeah,
I mean, especially in high school, because I feel like a lot of kids, like, are still, like, trying to find their way. You know, like, after middle school, you have no clue, like, really who you are. And, like, having someone who can impact you like that is just huge.
Not only that, but I had two, so it's, like, a great duo. And they're both, like, they taught me different things. And I don't know, like, I've always heard stories of people in high school who coaches have ruined sports for them, and I always just feel really bad for them because I can't relate to them in any way because both of them are like they're freaking phenomenal.
No, 100%.
Like, I don't know. I was extremely blessed with who I got as coaches and as mentors. But
So have you always just been naturally gifted at in athletic with sports or
what do you mean by naturally gifted?
Like, because I feel like
two different things.
Yeah, so maybe like naturally gifted, like with your skill set in basketball. Yeah, I guess hand-eye coordination. You could say, you know, just being an athletic person. You know.
So, I would say I'm not naturally gifted with just physical appearance. Like, I'm not even 6 feet tall, and I was a basketball player. Yeah, as a basketball player, I was not like just height, like build, stuff like that. I was not naturally gifted, but I was naturally gifted when it comes to coordination. Like, I very much am hand-eye coordinated. Like, I could go out and play probably almost any sport, you could say. Like, I wouldn't be a college athlete at any sport. I wouldn't be a high school athlete at any sport. But I could go out. I could throw a football. I could kick a soccer ball. I can do stuff like that. So I was naturally coordinated, and I'm blessed to be naturally coordinated. And then I was also I was gifted with just, like I said, who I had around me. Like, my dad raised me through sports. And he would always go out with me every single day. Almost too much, because sometimes I would be bitching and moaning. I'm like, no, I don't want to go play. He's like, get your ass out. We're going there. I'm like, okay, sure. I'm like, okay. But now I'm like, that's what I'm doing with my kid. Like, I'm going to be the same way.
No, 100%.
But, like, he spent hours upon hours upon hours, and I was gifted with a younger brother who would just nod at me, hey, let's go play baseball. Let's go play baseball, because that's, like, his whole life. Like, he cares about baseball more than I, like, ever did. So I was gifted with the people that were around me, and then I was gifted with my coordination. Yeah.
Okay. I like the answer to that, yeah.
100%. So why'd you stop?
Yeah, it was probably the hardest decision I've ever had to make in my entire life, because I've been a Duck fan my whole life.
Yeah,
so
come on now.
I'm from Oregon. Like, I wanted to come here, like, my whole life, but it was tough because I wanted, like, what I truly wanted is another year at Pacific, because I actually, like, I really liked playing sports. Like, I did really like playing sports there. Yeah. But ultimately, it was like, whether I'm not going to league. Like, I was never league bound. Like, I don't know, maybe, like, the max I could do is go play in, like overseas.
Euro league.
And it was just and that was a small chance, too. So it's just whether or not I wanted to do that.
Yeah. He could go join Dylan Brooks on the Shanghai Sharks now.
Sharks bound, baby.
Caden Davis, Dylan Brooks, Dwight Howard. That's like a stat line.
Come on, stat line of a. Don't forget about Jeremy Lin, too.
Is he on there?
He might be.
I don't follow the Shanghai Sharks, so I don't know.
I
just know Dwight Howard's on there. That's about all I know.
It's just an ongoing thing with the pod. Just Dylan Brooks is, I mean.
That was his hot take, yeah. No, but, yeah, I don't really remember what we were talking about before that.
Oh, Travis asked you what made you stop.
What made you want to stop?
From college?
Well, it was like the hardest decision I had to make, but I did really like playing sports there. Like, it was fun, but I was playing too. So, like, in the fall, I would have.
It's a lot.
In the fall, and I have a picture on my phone. I don't even remember, but I would have like 6 a.m. Lifting for basketball.
Every single day?
This was like at least 3 or 4 days a week.
Wow. Okay.
Probably 4.
Dude,
I don't wake up every other day.
I don't wake up till 2 p.m., bro.
No, but I had 6 a.m. workouts for basketball. I would go shoot with the senior who took me under his wing. Like he's like, I think you could be the next guy here. He was older, and he took me under his wing. I'm like, okay, sure. So I would shoot with him right after that for another hour and a half, and then I would eat real quick, go to class 10 to 2 at the time, and then I would have like an hour off, and then I'd go lift for baseball from 3 to 4, go to baseball practice or hitting practice from 4 to 5. Baseball practice from 5:30 to 8, and then I would have open gym at basketball from 10 to 11 or 9 to 10, and then it would be homework until like 1 or 2 a.m. So I was sleeping about 4 hours a night.
Wow.
This was in the fall, so given like when I was in the winter, the baseball team would hands off, like you're going to basketball.
Right.
So honestly, like it's a misconception. Like in season was a lot less time consuming and time commitment than off season was, because off season they both wanted me to go to it.
Right.
In season, baseball's like, no, you're doing basketball. You don't touch us. After basketball into baseball, basketball's like, nope, not touching us. You go to baseball. Good for you. Because both coaches were friends. They talked about it. They were awesome. Yeah. They were very easy to like schedule around, or they were easy. And as long as I communicated with them, they had zero issue.
Okay.
So they were very great in that sense. But I was sleeping about 5 hours a night, maybe, on average.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And so I was just extremely tired. And it was just a lot, just mentally, too.
Right.
So that's ultimately probably the main reason I stopped, is because I just felt like I had zero time to actually, like, enjoy college.
Yeah.
It was like whether or not I wanted to be, like, basically a full-on collegiate professional athlete almost, just with how much time I'm putting in, or if I wanted to focus on, because I don't know, sports have been my entire life, so I wanted to kind of find myself outside of sports, which I wasn't able to do at Pacific, just because I was playing 2, and I wanted to full on, like, D1, like, I would be going to football games, like, I'm able to go to football games now, like, I wasn't able to have, like, a social life at Pacific, really, besides just with my teammates, but then again, at Pacific, there's only 1,500 people, so you don't really want to have that, like, or, as, like, there weren't any, like, there was no...
Just keep going.
There was no, like, sorority, fraternity. There was no Greek life at Pacific. And so there was, like, it was basically just, like, I think it was 60-70% of the school were athletes. So it's, like, that's basically, like, all. So
that's
it's just,
crazy.
like, you're friends with your, like...
Your team, basically.
Your team. Yeah. And, like, there are some students that just go there to go there. Like, I had a friend from Sherwood. He just went there to go there, and I was friends with him at Pacific. And I did have a bunch of friends just, like, in the dorm.
Yeah.
But outside the dorm and outside of school, there wasn't any other social life or outside of school, outside of sports, there wasn't any social life outside of that.
If you went to POU and just played basketball, you think you'd still be playing?
I do. I think I would. It obviously just depends how I like the coach, which I really did like the coach. Coach Murray, he's up there. I really did like him. It just, I do think I would still be playing there, because it was one sport. I would be able to have, like, my group of friends. But at Pacific, I had baseball group, I had basketball group, I had dorm group, and I wasn't, like, super close with a specific one, but I had a lot of friends.
Right.
And at Pacific, or at PLU, I feel like I would be able to have more of a collective group. So that's kind of what I think I would still be playing there, but there's no guarantee.
Yeah. No, I see that. I mean, you've loved your time here at Oregon, obviously.
Oh, I love it. I don't regret it at all. Like, I think I definitely made the right choice. I do miss playing sports. That's why I play IMs here. Like, I do whatever. I go play basketball at the rec. Like, I'll go do that stuff all the time. But, like, just to be around the game, and I'll coach. Like, that's why I'm coaching baseball right now. Like, during spring break, I went to Arizona to coach the high school baseball team. And I just had a blast. Like, I love being around the game. I do miss sports, but I don't regret it at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you mentioned I am sports.
Yeah.
I have seen you. I've seen you play a little bit.
50.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't drop 50, but I wish.
He is splashing threes in people's faces. If you're an Oregon student and you haven't seen Caden play basketball, come check him out next season on I Am Basketball.
Yeah, he's almost as good as me.
That's what he keeps saying. He wants to come play me, but he keeps ducking me.
Yeah,
So.
just like how you think the Packers are almost as good as the Seahawks. Come on now.
How's that love experiment going? We'll see.
That's good, dude.
Yeah, this is
good. I think it's gonna go better than Gino's experiment.
I will wager anything right now that it won't.
Oh God.
You guys, I would wager right now $50 that we would win a Super Bowl before you guys.
Sure.
I'd put money on that.
There you go.
There, you can get yourself 2 deals here.
So you're down 100 now, buddy.
No, you guys ain't winning no. I mean, you can't win a bowl with no quarterback.
Hey,
I mean, Jordan loves your quarterback, dude. Like, it's the same
But
thing.
I feel like he has more upside than Gino. Like, that's not. You
but
can't.
Gino's
debate
already
about that.
proven. He proved
has so
himself
much
last
more
year.
talent.
Gino's like Kirk Cousins. Like, he's not gonna.
Jared Goff made a Super Bowl.
That's true.
Jimmy Garoppolo made 2.
Yeah, but like, let's be real. Your defense is not as good as the Niners defense.
Not
was.
yet. Legion Boom 2.0.
Yeah, just wait.
Come
Just
on
wait
now.
on that.
Come
Just
on
wait
now.
on that.
Best
bro.
secondary in the league.
Easily.
They're
It's not even
unproven,
close.
though. You're talking about Jordan Love being unproven. You're sitting here, Devin Witherspoon's going to be the next freaking Darrell Revis. Keep the same energy.
Tariq Woolen already is Darrell Revis.
Exactly.
Tariq Woolen is a bum.
Okay.
Oh my God.
That's enough. Of
Oh
that.
my God.
Tariq Woolen is. I mean, he's a good corner. I'm not gonna. I don't want to.
I
But
was just kidding. He's not as good as Darrell Revis. I was just kidding. But
no, I'm not. I'm gonna cut this part out. I'm gonna have the people letting you know that your sports knowledge is flawed.
Well, no, what do you mean? Caden was just giving his hot take of the week.
Oh yeah. You got a hot take?
man, my hot take was that Philly was going to come out of the East before the playoffs started, so that was a great hot take. We'll see. I don't know how they're doing. I think they're playing right now, but
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hot take. What sport? Okay, well,
Yeah,
is this a
that's-
hot take? Warriors are going to come back and beat the Lakers.
Wow. That's this guy. He's been riding the Lakers bandwagon. Hop on the horse. Show him how you do it.
You're on the Lakers bandwagon, buddy?
I wouldn't say bandwagon, but I've just been choosing the Lakers to win every series, and Trav's been
I
going
like-
against them.
I like that against the Grizzlies, but I just
Yeah.
don't
Dude,
count out
if
Steph.
they don't
I
win,
won't count them out. Don't get
if
me wrong.
if the Lakers don't win Game 6, they're fucked.
I agree. So it's
And
really
hold
going
on.
to come down to Game 6.
But-
I thought that was going to happen. I thought the Warriors were coming back before this last game last night.
Did you ever have an AD moment where you got poked in the eye and had to get carted out on a wheelchair when you played collegiate ball?
No, I never had. No, I wasn't really on the court as much to get carted off, but no, I did not.
Or no DK moments needing to get carted off to go take a shit real quick.
Or Paul Pierce.
Or
Same
Paul
thing.
Pierce.
Yeah. No.
Or
No.
Lamar.
I guess they should just have a bathroom out there. So
Honestly,
really?
dude.
It off.
They should. They should have
Why
a
don't they just have like an outhouse over there?
right or like at least a porta potty or some shit.
But then again, I don't know if the $150 Lamar Jackson is gonna. 150 million is gonna go shit in a porta potty. He's probably gonna go to the nice locker room.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I guess so, but that way he doesn't have to get carted off the field.
No, he actually walked though.
He did walk. DK was a little bit of a
DK
bitch.
asked for the.
He said bring out the cart.
Yeah.
Well, he just took a page out of Paul Pierce's book because Paul
Yeah.
Pierce did it first.
But Paul Pierce actually sold that he was his knee was decapitated or whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it.
but then he came back out and played right
Yeah.
after.
I know, but
That's
did you
almost
see him? He
worse
was
in my
grabbing
eyes.
his knee, crying, and then it just comes back out. And it's
That's why I think it's worse in my eyes because he was faking an
Yeah,
injury
exactly.
to do it. DK just wanted to go take a shit.
Exactly.
DK was laughing as he was getting.
Well,
Hey, man.
wasn't that against the Lions last year?
I don't remember what game it
Oh,
was.
I think he was torching whatever team they were playing, and then he was like, you know what, I'm gonna take the next series off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened. He just needed to give his
Could have
legs
been
a
the
breather.
Rams because he owns Jalen Ramsey, but
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
See, that's why he moved divisions. He didn't want to go up against DK
That's
two
what-
times a year anymore.
I mean, to be fair, he got traded. He didn't leave.
Well, yeah,
but yeah,
that is
true.
But yeah,
That's
that's
true.
he's a little less stressed now that he doesn't have to face DK. a couple times a
Exactly.
year.
So how many threes you think you can make in a row? Because
Just-
I know my record's 170.
170.
What are you, Steph
Okay,
Curry?
well,
over there?
171 then. No, I don't know. Just first try or I
Yeah,
get
first
an
try.
hour to go shoot. And see.
Obviously you could warm up, but then it's all right.
Yeah,
First
well-
try. I don't know. It could be 0, but if I get hot, it could I don't know. The most I've made in a row is I think 31.
Uh-huh.
Or 37, but that's no defense. I'm just shooting.
Yeah,
Steph
but-
Curry makes 110. But 31 is the most I've made. But that was at Pacific.
I'd say if you're hitting 31 straight threes, you can fucking shoot the rock.
That's all I can do. That's what I've been saying.
No. I don't think I've made 5 straight threes in my life, Caden. That's what I'm sitting here telling you.
I bet you can make 5 threes in a row.
I don't know. He
I think
looks
I
a
can
little
make
stiff.
5. I think I can make 5 lefty threes in a row if I try.
5 left.
Probably not. I'm just I have no left hand.
Caden shooting lefty is better than me shooting righty.
We should go try. That'd be funny.
Next Killing Mobile. We're tested out.
You get 10 shots.
Yeah, that's wild.
That'd be
I
fun.
bet no, for real though. You get 10 3-point shots. I'll take 10 half quarters. I think I could beat you.
Deal. $5?
Half quarters?
Half court.
No shot.
I
dude.
think he'll actually beat me. I haven't shot a fucking
I haven't seen you shoot a
in-
basketball, but
I
He's
literally
like,
haven't shot a
he's
basketball
not a
in
good
months.
shooter at all.
this is
but like,
embarrassing if I go out and make 0.
he,
but
like if I had to describe Tucker's game,
like how many would he make out of 10?
I'm telling you, if he gets you down in the paint, you're fucked. You're fucked because he's just big and he'll back you down and just fucking.
Who do you think I was playing against at Pacific? Like I was like in high school and in college, I was guarding like
he's not
6,
afraid of no
6, 6, 7
contact.
dudes.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, but if I was describing your
Oh,
game,
yeah.
Oh
you know,
no, that's fair.
you're just like big
would
body.
you-
What are you like 215 now?
Yeah, I weighed in at the gym at
2% body fat?
218 at the gym yesterday. 218.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty
Who,
good.
And obviously 2% body fat. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
2%, yeah. How many would he make out of 10?
I think if he had 10 shots, I think he can get 4.
Okay,
4 threes.
10 shots, he could get 4.
I think I can
40%?
get 5. I think I'm a little bit of a better shooter,
Yeah.
but I think he's better in the paint than
I think he gave me an extra one. If I was being honest, I think I'd hit a good. I'd
I was gonna guess from half. If I was fully warmed up, I could probably make 3. So I don't know.
Oh. So it
It'd
might
be
be a
tough.
tight
It
game.
would
It
be
might be a
tough.
tight game
It
there.
would be tough.
It depends because I could also make 0, but I could also make like I've made like 5 half quarters in a row. Like
How many? What'd you bet on it?
$5.
$5.
Oh,
Come on,
of
you know
course.
the rule.
Yeah,
You
we
know the rule.
We put 50 on the other one though.
Oh, Miss Chadwick, we added an extra 0 on the end of there. Don't worry about it.
You
It's
know,
only
you know
$5.
the rule.
Miswritten.
$5 is the
Yeah.
only bet. You know, we're not that. We're college
$5
students at the end of the
You can't
day.
afford any more than
Come
that.
on now. Come on now.
My bookie says otherwise, but yeah.
Yeah, Mrs. Chadwick, do not go lock it to Travis's account. No.
Yeah, dude. Come on now. I'm an adult now. I can handle my own finances. But
If you're old enough to vote, you're old enough to handle your own.
That's what I'm saying.
if you're old-
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. If I can go to the military at 18, I could lay down a parlay.
Right. If I could drive a car, come on, you can lay down a parlay as well.
At 16?
Yeah. That feels fair, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why like 17-year-olds or 20-year-olds technically aren't allowed to like bet.
Yeah, I don't know.
get that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
understand.
And like,
Because I
if you
know
use
if
the
I
money, like-
if I was able to bet like earlier than 21, 20, then I'd be a millionaire by now.
The economy just doesn't want
Yeah.
us to like
No, exactly.
succeed.
Yeah,
basically.
not for
Like,
real.
The federal government's just like, nah.
Yeah. Come on now.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We don't want you to take our money.
I know. And
If that's a thing, I don't even know if it's not even federal government.
Because you
but
got to
whoever
think
looks
like
at
I
it,
can
like,
make. I
sure.
guarantee I can get a
FDA.
parlay. Get like quick 50 million off a parlay, tax free too. So
tax free. Comes to the table.
Isn't it like tax free in general though?
yeah, it is.
Okay.
That's what I'm
Is it
saying.
actually?
That's why.
Yeah, oh, I
gambling
don't
is
know
the best form of income.
Oh.
Because it's tax free.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, you
It's
go to
the
work.
best form of
You go
research
to
on it.
work. They take 20-30% of your.
It's the best
Your
form of income
salary.
for the house.
Exactly.
That's not for yourself, from my experience, but
Hey, man.
The house.
Vegas has chandeliers for a reason.
That is
I
true.
do
I'm
not have
saying.
one yet.
Vegas will rule the world soon.
Oh,
Dude,
100%.
have
it's
you
coming.
seen some of like the lines? Oh, curious. When you played in college, were you allowed to bet or no?
No, I wasn't even allowed to play fantasy football for money.
For money?
No way.
But like it's NFL. Like what are you doing?
No, exactly. It was
That's
stupid.
college
wild.
basketball.
NCAA rules where you can't like March Madness bracket that had a buy-in, not allowed to do it. I get that. I'm an NCAA college basketball athlete. Like that's
Yeah.
okay. Fantasy baseball, fantasy football, anything
For money though.
for money. I
What
was
if it
able to
was
play in
like
free
under
leagues.
the table, like with your friends?
Well, it was under the table. It was under the table. So
Don't get him in trouble.
I may or may not have been able to get around it, but I don't know. By rule, like if I joined a paid fantasy football league on ESPN, and then the NCAA wanted to come look into it, investigate me, then they could get me either. The penalty was suspension for a year, and then after a year, like you would be suspended a whole year of play, and after a year
For
they
drafting
would-
a fantasy football team.
Yes,
That's crazy.
Yes, you would be suspended for a full year, and then after that they take it under review. So
Dude,
I mean,
what
if
the
it's,
fuck?
I mean, if it's one, I mean, maybe my coach has told this to scare me, but it wasn't like he didn't tell me to scare me. I was just kidding. But like we had to fill out a bunch of paperwork saying we agreed to all these things, like drug testing, obviously, totally get that, and then gambling, obviously.
Wow.
Like anything like that. Like I get it if it's college basketball. I'm a college basketball player.
Yeah.
That's fine. But the fact I couldn't, like, if I were to join a Yahoo or ESPN $5 fantasy football league, like, and they investigated it, I'd be suspended for a year.
Damn.
That's dumb.
The NCAA's out here handing people the Calvin Ridley suspension order.
Yeah, what the?
He's back,
Jameson
though.
Williams, too.
Quentin Cephas, like, the whole Lions team.
You're lucky they didn't come after you. No wonder I didn't play college sports, because, I couldn't lay down my parlay.
Yeah,
that's why I
that
didn't
makes
play.
sense. That's really why you quit. Really, that's what happened.
I just didn't want to say that, but yeah, that's the reason I quit. So I didn't start sports betting until I got here, and then probably down a lot of money now, but that's okay.
Which means we did pretty good on the draft. We did pretty good on that draft.
Yeah, that was probably the only time I ever won money on anything. Not really. Like, I get on hot streaks, but then after the hot streak, I completely lose it all in like 2 days. So
yeah.
You're chasing the loss, man.
Huh?
You're chasing the losses.
Mm-hmm.
That's me. It's like I'll lose like $10 and I'll be like, I gotta make it back.
Dude, that's what I do with blackjack. Like, I'm on the computer and this isn't even sports gambling. I'm on blackjack. I'm like, I lost $1. I'm like, I'll just double it. Lost again. I'll double it again. Lost it. Lose like 8 in a row and I'm out of money. I'm like, okay, well now I'm fucked. So.
Yeah, that's rough.
I have a little. I'm just doing this off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little game.
Okay.
Do you want to? Are you interested in a little game? You obviously.
I will win at whatever you throw at me.
Oh, okay. All right. He's getting serious.
Am I in
now.
this game?
No, this is just a game for Caden.
Well,
You can go
I'll
find
go
yourself.
go.
Yeah, you can go take a hike.
See ya.
I mean,
what's the game though? I was just kidding. What's the game?
So, you play basketball, obviously.
Yeah.
I feel like you have a pretty good NBA, just basketball knowledge in general. Yeah. You played 2K.
Yeah.
All right. So the game is, I'm just going to give you a 2K roster, the starting players from a 2K roster, just their overall ratings.
Okay.
And you're going to have to tell me what 2K team that is based off their roster.
Okay.
All right. The point guard's an 86.
Okay.
The shooting guard's an 81.
Okay.
I know
It doesn't get much better. The small forward's an 80.
Okay.
Power forward's a 79.
78 is
And
next.
the center's a 78.
I know the team.
Well, no, we did this one last week for him.
Oh, you did last week?
Yeah, so he already knows, but let's see if you can get it.
Okay, so 86 is a point guard?
Yeah, so the 86 is
So
their
your best player is a point guard, and then you're not very good because you're an 86 as the best player.
Right.
Right.
I'd say this team's pretty baller, though, if you ask me.
Are they good? Okay, well, I can't.
They're pretty baller.
It's the Hornets.
God damn
It is the Hornets.
I gave him too much.
That was way too much.
Okay, well, there we go.
You got it right. Ding, 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 ding. First try.
That was the easiest hint I've ever heard in my life. This team's pretty baller.
Bro, that was definitely easy. I mean, I'll take another game at any time.
Yeah? All right, let's do it. I'll pull up one more.
Okay.
Let's see. Ask him a question.
I was definitely thinking the East. I was like, the Bulls? I'm like, no, they have Levine and DeRozan. I'm like, no way.
When I did it, my guess was Houston.
Oh,
But
right,
I was dumb.
Shea.
I was dumb because, couldn't Shea.
Shea's at... Okay.
Oh.
Jalen Green.
Yeah.
I was like, Jalen Green, and then the 81, that might be like Kevin Porter
Yeah.
Jr. But then I forgot they had
There's
Sengun.
no way Jalen Green's an 86, though.
Dude, you'd be surprised. They
Bro,
got like Kate
LaMelo's
Cunningham
an
was like an
86.
85.
LaMelo and Jalen Green are nowhere near
No,
each other.
I agree, but 2K does some screwed up shit.
That's what I was thinking was because I know you're a Pistons fan, so I'm like, when you're like, oh, I know who it is, I'm like, is it the Pistons? Because they suck. So.
Yeah, they do suck. But we're like, I feel like, I don't even know if we have an 86 on our team. I don't think so. Because Cunningham's our highest
He'd
player,
be
and I think
best
he's like an
one.
83.
I don't know. Yeah. You probably have like an, I don't know, if I had to rank you guys, I don't know how many players I'd have above 80.
Fuck. Maybe two
one
if
or
you're
two.
lucky.
Hey, we're about to get Wembanyama, so
And he'll be a 79 right away.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll probably
Be your best player immediately.
Probably ruin his career, dude.
I don't know. You got a good young core. You got a good young
You
core.
guys do have some promise.
You're way more promised than the Spurs and the Rockets.
That's
I
ridiculous.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
teams
That's
like
why.
that.
That's why I'm hanging on. I'm hanging on by a
Hey,
thread.
see what happened to the Thunder after all those draft
Yeah,
picks.
right.
They turned it around.
Yeah,
That
but
is
we
true.
don't have what they have 40 draft picks.
They have like
Yeah,
21 in the
ridiculous
next
amount.
like 6 years.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah,
But-
that's wild.
And that's just first rounders, I think.
No, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Right.
But yeah, I have another team here for you. Don't cheat over here.
I'm not looking.
All right, the point guard is a 89.
Okay.
The shooting guard is an 80. Small forward is an 81. Power forward is a 79, and then your center is an 89.
I think I know who it is.
89. So point guard's an 89.
Point guard 89. Center's 89.
I think you might have just mentioned it.
Well, it's not going to be the Thunder.
I was thinking like Chicago.
You thinking Chicago?
Chicago? No. Vooch wouldn't be an 89, and DeRozan and Levine are shooting guards, small forwards, so it wouldn't be nowhere.
See, 8 basketball guy right here.
Yeah.
So let's see, it's 89. I'm trying to think of like a solid 7 out of 10 point guard.
It's pretty.
The center's really good.
Center's pretty
it the
good.
Kings?
Ding, 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 ding. He's too good at this.
Wow.
He's too good at this. It's
I
the
was
Kings.
I was thinking like the Knickerbockers, you know?
I was thinking about that at first.
You know that was their name? The Knickerbockers?
Yeah, I did.
No way.
I did, but Randall's a power forward, and RJ would be better than an 81. Well,
Yeah.
RJ's an 81.
Yeah, I guess
he
that's
is
true.
an 81.
That is
And
true.
Brunson should low-key be a 90. That dude's balling out of his mind.
Brunson's a top. I don't know. He's a top 10 point guard.
Yeah, I agree.
It's tough to be a top 10 point guard. People don't. Realize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point guard is a difficult position to play in general.
Like if I had to rank, man, Brunson's probably above. I'm trying to think of the next guy he'd be above.
I think he's in that, like, I don't even know, but I know
like
he's
the
in,
Fox
like,
range.
Yeah.
Who's?
I would say Fox is a tiny bit better. Like, I would say Fox
I would
is
say
better.
so too. But like, would you have? Okay, Fox, Trae Young, Jalen Brunson. I would say it's in that order, but that's just me.
I mean, Trae, I just don't like the way he plays. I just don't like, because I feel like he plays for fouls, and I just think that, like,
I agree.
I think it's like, yes, like it works and it's beneficial to his team, but just like from a fan's perspective,
I don't really like him either. But he takes on the villain role, and I mean he's 6 feet tall and he's scoring on anyone.
He had New York going crazy.
Well, that's what I was gonna mention. Is like people forget fast that he beat. I mean, who was it? Who did he beat in 5 games a couple years ago? It was the Knicks. Yeah. They went back to the A, and then he had like the shiver, and it was like it was pretty cold there.
Him and John Collins.
Yeah.
And that's when the Knicks, I think they were like a 6 seed at the time, or 4
Yeah,
seed.
they were.
I think it was 5-4. I think the Hawks were 5, Knicks were 4. I think at the time. I think that's what it was. But yeah, I don't know. I would have Fox, Trae, and then Brunson. But I like Brunson the most out of the 3. Probably. Brunson's one of my favorite players.
He's cold.
My favorite non-Blazer, I'm a Blazer fan, is Anthony Edwards, though. Like, I love Ant. His competitiveness gets me there.
Oh, yeah, dude. His interviews are hilarious.
Yeah.
He's
like,
so funny.
Yeah,
he's such a genuine person.
Yeah. No, you could tell
Yeah.
for sure.
Uh-huh.
And he could dunk the fuck out of the ball, too. That helps.
If he put what was it, Yuta Watanabe on that was like the nastiest poster I've ever seen.
Dude.
Yuta's been on like 5 nasty posters.
Yeah. The poor
It's
guy.
just that's what he's known for.
Yeah.
All right, I got one more team for you. You're making this look way too easy. Maybe you should just take this part over. Maybe we'll just have Caden on just to do the 2K rankings from now on.
See whenever you can stump me.
I'm trying. This one might get you, I think.
I mean, yeah, level 3 is hard.
Let's see.
He stumps me every time.
Just don't give me a hint like baller.
I won't give you any hints here. This is all on you.
Okay.
Point guard's an 80.
Okay.
Shooting guard is an 86. Small forward is an 80. Power forward is an 86. Center's an 84.
This isn't my guess. My first thought goes to the Wizards. Just because Beal, he might be a little better than 86, though. And I don't think their center would be an 84. So.
Well, no, because Porzingis is good.
Porzingis is the
He's
power
like an
forward,
88.
though. Or is Kuzma their power forward?
Kuzma's their power forward.
I thought Kuzma was small forward. But either way,
I think they run small ball.
I just don't. I would think Porzingis could be like an 86. So if he was a power forward, I could think he could be an 86.
Yeah.
But Kuzma is definitely not as good as Porzingis, so I'm not going to go them. It's not going to be the Cavs. I'm trying to think. This might take a little bit. Shooting guards.
Houston.
No.
It's not Houston.
No.
I just got
Houston's
Houston
dog.
on my mind. I think I've
You
said them
thought
every
Jalen
time.
Green, Jalen Green is not an 86, dude.
I don't think Houston has anyone on their team who's
No.
an 86.
Dude,
not the-
Sengun's an 86.
Really?
No
Yeah.
way.
Alperen Sengun.
No
sure?
shot.
The Walmart version of Jokic.
Really?
I would say he's like an 82.
Yeah.
I
If
don't know.
that.
Okay,
We'll
so
see.
he
That's
didn't know.
crazy.
He's just that's his take.
That's just my take. Hot take.
Man, 86. So your best player, I don't know. They can't be that good. It's not the Raptors because Van Vliet would be their best guy.
Mm-hmm. Your thought process is good so far. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'm thinking it through. I'm trying to get it right. I know it's a harder team. You got to think through all the teams too. Cause
There's a lot of teams.
There's 30 teams.
There's
It's hard.
30.
Like if you sit down and try to name all 30, it's so hard to name all 30. But bottom of it's not going to be the Magic.
Do you want a little hint? Not huge. I'll give you a little.
Yeah.
I'll narrow it down to like half the teams.
Okay.
This team was in the playoffs
This year?
They have been in the playoffs this year.
Like not just the playoff picture. Like not just the
Not the playoff picture. They were in the bracket.
like the top 8.
Were in the bracket. Were
Top 8, so no playing.
So they made it past the
including
play-in.
playing
They made it
everything
past the
including
play-in.
playing. No, like including all playing games.
Okay, so top 20 then.
Yeah.
What if it's New Orleans?
No, it's not. No.
Power forward is an
not gonna be
86.
Yeah, but Zion would be better than that, and their shooting guard would be better than an 82. Ingram's not.
No, their shooting guard's an 86, I thought.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Their shooting guard would be worse than an 86.
Yeah,
Ingram's
their
not
shooting guard's an
guard.
86.
Ingram's not their shooting guard.
Oh.
Man. Okay. Well, so in the West, it's gonna be a team on the border. Thinking who in the West it is. It's gonna be. So the West was the Lakers.
Oh, I know who it is.
Do you?
It's funny
okay,
because he
well,
was just talking about.
Yeah.
I was just okay.
Yeah,
Well, I
your
don't-
favorite guy, man.
Dude, is Ant's not more than an 86?
Ant's an 86.
That
It's
is
the
terrible.
T-Wolves. It's the Timberwolves.
That is awful.
I thought I'd go right back to his favorite player.
I think.
Bro, well, that's okay. That shows why I don't get him because I view Ant as like a 90.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. You can
let's
look at
play.
it.
Let's,
And Cat and Gobert are only 2
all right,
apart.
let's play a little Who Am I? You ready? So we're in our interview.
Okay. Oh, Rudy Gobert. He's
The
still,
COVID moment.
How he's still an 84 astonishes me too. He's terrible.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
awful.
seriously. He has regressed.
So we like to wrap up
Yeah.
the podcast
Mhm.
with a little. You see the jersey over there?
Yeah, we all have hatred for that jersey.
So just like throw something at it, make it fall.
See if you can get it to fall down.
There's some at the jersey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can take the hats.
Take the hats.
Whatever you're feeling.
Take the headset.
Missed. You trying?
I'm from deep here.
Yeah, I'll
Go
try
again. Go
I'll try
again. Go again.
Oh, it's
you're
almost there.
I swear I hit it.
Oh, I'm high, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna blame it on that I'm out here.
Oh my God, it's
that
gonna
was a
fall.
Different hat.
One more, and it's going, guys. Oh my God.
Okay, you hit it.
I
You
keep
hit it.
hitting it. Man, you're making me look.
Let's go.
stupid
One
now.
more.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yay!
Here you go. I think that was a good talk, dude.
Yeah.
You have a cool story, honestly.
Thanks,
for
man.
real.
Appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you for coming on, man.
Of course, got you guys.
All right. Now you say cue the outro.
Cue the outro.
Peace.